Have you ever wondered if there's more to your birth year than just a number? Imagine if the last digit of your birth year held secrets to past lives, revealing who you were and the hidden talents or challenges you carried forward. Buddhist teachings suggest that this final number carries profound meaning, wisdom embedded in your soul's journey through countless lifetimes. Could it be that your birth year points to a past role as a sage, a warrior, or a seeker of truth? Stay with us as we unravel these ancient insights, exploring how each number can reveal the purpose, the mysteries, and even the spiritual mission that shapes who you are today. Prepare yourself. What we're about to uncover could transform how you see your life, your decisions, and your path forward. In Buddhist numerology, each number carries a vibration and meaning that transcends the individual, reaching into the collective spiritual journey across lifetimes. Buddhist teachings suggest that our birth details, even down to the last digit of our birth year, may hint at residual karmic imprints that affect our lives today. Through Buddhist numerology, we glimpse our past lives, not merely out of curiosity, but to deepen our understanding of our soul's journey and the karmic cycles that shape our reality. This chapter will explore how this understanding can shed light on hidden talents, unique challenges, and deep-seated connections, all of which influence our paths in this life. Imagine the case of Tenzin, a man plagued by recurring dreams since childhood. In his dreams, he found himself in the ancient courts of Tibet, chanting verses he never consciously learned, dressed in traditional robes he had never seen in his waking life. Though he had no family background in Buddhism, Tenzin always felt drawn to monasteries and the idea of monastic life. Eventually, his curiosity led him to a Buddhist monk who practiced numerology. When Tenzin revealed his birth year, the monk carefully analyzed the last digit, which indicated a life tied to wisdom, spiritual growth, and the disciplined pursuit of inner peace. The monk suggested that Tenzin may have been a lama or a monk in a previous life, carrying forth the spiritual inclinations into this life. This realization resonated deeply with Tenzin, helping him to make sense of his dreams and his persistent attraction to Buddhism. This story reflects how our lives are intertwined with the karmic imprints of our past. In Buddhist belief, karma is not merely a system of reward and punishment, but a cosmic law that ensures balance. Our actions, thoughts, and intentions create seeds that bloom across lifetimes, shaping our inclinations, desires, and even fears. This karmic balance is not about predetermined fate, but the cumulative choices we make. Buddhist numerology is one way to decode these choices, offering insights into the forces that subtly guide our lives. For example, the last digit of the birth year, 3, in Buddhist numerology signifies a life path filled with communication, intellectual pursuits, and curiosity. A person with this karmic imprint may have been a scholar or philosopher, someone driven to seek knowledge and share it. This can manifest today in someone who feels an insatiable drive to learn or finds peace only in deep intellectual pursuits. Consider the story of a famous Buddhist figure, Milarepa, one of Tibet's most beloved yogis. Although he committed misdeeds early in life, including acts of vengeance, he ultimately sought a spiritual path and achieved enlightenment. Milarepa's journey exemplifies a karmic arc. His life's transformation reflects the power of understanding and transcending one's past actions, a lesson he shares across generations. His story resonates with anyone drawn to Buddhist numerology's insights, as it suggests that by recognizing the patterns of our past, we can liberate ourselves from them. Our birth year, according to Buddhist thought, is not a random occurrence, but rather a marker of our karmic inheritance. For many Buddhists, karma is a map guiding the soul through samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. By examining this map, we can better understand not only who we are today, but the steps we may need to take to achieve a more harmonious existence. For example, someone born with the last digit, 7, may carry the karmic imprint of a seeker or wanderer, someone who may have been a solitary practitioner or hermit in a past life. This type of person may feel a sense of alienation in this life or an unexplainable pull towards solitude and introspection, as if driven by a quest for spiritual truth. The persistence of these beliefs in Buddhist cultures points to a collective wisdom passed down through generations. Buddhist numerology endures because it resonates with the human desire for purpose, continuity, and understanding. The ancient Buddhist texts share stories of monks and sages who, through meditation and karmic insight, remembered their past lives. The Buddha himself famously recounted hundreds of his past lives, each one illustrating a different lesson on the road to enlightenment. These stories remind followers that the soul's journey is far from linear. It is a spiral, with each life offering another chance to learn, grow, and evolve. In some Buddhist monasteries, students are taught to meditate on their karmic patterns, allowing them to identify both strengths and weaknesses carried over from past lives. For example, a monk who struggles with anger might meditate on lifetimes where he was a warrior or protector, perhaps bound by a duty to defend. Understanding this karmic thread offers a path to transforming anger into compassion, a cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy. The goal of exploring these numerological insights is not to dwell on past lives as an escape from the present, but to understand how these lives inform our journey. The insight derived from numerology can act as a guiding light, suggesting ways to overcome difficulties and embrace strengths, ultimately freeing the individual from the karmic cycles that bind them. Buddhist numerology offers a lens through which one can see the beauty in their challenges and recognize the seeds of potential within them. So, as we delve into the significance of the last digit of your birth year, remember that these insights are not mere curiosities. They are clues, whispers from your past, revealing who you were and guiding you toward who you can become. This journey through numerology and karma is ultimately one of self-discovery, reminding us that each lifetime is an opportunity to heal, to learn, and to grow. Just as Milarepa overcame his dark past to become an enlightened sage, we too can transform our lives, moving closer to peace, wisdom, and liberation. In Buddhist numerology, each number from 0 to 9 holds a deep, symbolic resonance, representing universal archetypes and energies that shape our karmic journey. Each final digit in our birth year suggests specific karmic energies, like a fingerprint of past actions and life paths we carry forward. In Buddhism, numbers are often seen as more than quantities. They are imbued with spiritual significance, guiding us toward greater self-awareness and growth. By understanding these symbolic roles, we can better navigate our lives with purpose and compassion. The number 0 represents the energy of potential and emptiness, echoing the Buddhist concept of sunyata, emptiness. In Buddhist philosophy, emptiness is not a void, but the boundless potential for all things. Those born with 0 as the final digit of their birth year are thought to carry a karmic imprint of transformation and spiritual renewal. Like the beginner's mind that Zen Buddhism often speaks of, they are endowed with a natural openness to new experiences and spiritual insights. This number archetype is akin to a seeker, someone destined to walk the path of continuous discovery. For instance, a person carrying the 0 vibration might feel a pull toward personal reinvention or encounter life events that lead them to profound changes, mirroring the stories of Buddhist monks who renounce worldly lives for the path of enlightenment. A famous example is the story of Prince Siddhartha, who left the luxuries of his royal life to seek spiritual understanding. For those marked by this number, life can be a journey of breaking free from attachments and embracing transformative growth. The number 1 is symbolic of leadership and individuality, capturing the essence of a pioneer on the karmic path. This digit signifies a life energy tied to independence and ambition, not in a self-centered way, but as a path to developing inner strength. In Buddhist numerology, those with this energy may have been influential figures in past lives, perhaps leaders or warriors. They are born with an inner drive to shape their surroundings and assert themselves, often inspiring others in the process. A person marked by the number may first feel compelled to take the reins in difficult situations, driven by a deep-seated karmic energy to lead. This archetype reflects the Bodhisattva ideal, a compassionate leader who leads others toward liberation. Take, for example, the story of King Ashoka, a ruler who, after witnessing the devastation of war, turned to Buddhism and dedicated his life to spreading compassion and nonviolence. The karmic path of one invites individuals to embrace their strength for the betterment of others. The number 2 embodies harmony, partnership, and balance. It symbolizes the interconnectedness of all beings, a core tenet of Buddhist teaching. Those carrying the energy of 2 are drawn to cooperation and compassion, often finding fulfillment in building connections with others. In past lives, they may have been caregivers, healers, or individuals whose roles involve fostering peace. This karmic imprint speaks to the Buddhist value of metta, loving kindness, reminding individuals of the joy in cultivating harmony. A person influenced by the number may second naturally seek roles that allow them to nurture others, drawn to service and cooperation. This archetype reflects the Buddhist parable of the mustard seed, where a grieving mother learns the universality of suffering and, in turn, finds healing by connecting with others. Embracing the path of 2 means understanding that our peace is tied to the peace of those around us. The number 3 represents creativity, expression, and the pursuit of knowledge. It resonates with those who, in past lives, may have been artists, philosophers, or teachers. Buddhist numerology associates 3 with a karmic path of intellectual curiosity and communication, an energy that encourages individuals to seek wisdom and share it with the world. The Buddhist concept of prajna, wisdom, aligns with this number as it encourages an open mind and a readiness to explore life's mysteries. For someone with a 3 energy, there is often a calling to express their thoughts and emotions, bridging the gap between the inner and outer worlds. A figure like Nagarjuna, the Buddhist philosopher known for his groundbreaking teachings on emptiness, embodies the spirit of 3, exploring complex ideas and inspiring others to think deeply. Those with this karmic path often find purpose in intellectual or creative pursuits, using their gifts to enlighten and connect with others. The number 4 is the embodiment of stability and discipline, the grounding force on the karmic wheel. Those influenced by this number often possess a steady nature, a quality that may come from past lives spent as builders, monks, or caretakers of traditions. In Buddhist numerology, 4 represents a karmic path of dedication, echoing the strength of the Buddhist monks who uphold their spiritual disciplines through rigorous practice. For someone with a 4 vibration, their life might be defined by routines or responsibilities, as if they are constantly laying foundations. This energy aligns with the story of the monastic community, where individuals find meaning in structured practice and commitment. Embracing this karmic path encourages resilience and dedication, qualities that foster both personal growth and communal support. The number 5 is associated with freedom, change, and adaptability. In Buddhist philosophy, this energy resonates with the impermanence of all things. People marked by the number 5 are often drawn to exploration and discovery, much like those who, in past lives, may have been travelers or seekers. This karmic energy aligns with the Buddhist concept of anicca, impermanence, encouraging individuals to embrace the transient nature of life. A person with this energy may find themselves in unpredictable circumstances, feeling a need to experience life fully. The story of the wandering monks, who traveled from village to village teaching and learning, mirrors the karmic path of 5. For these individuals, the journey itself is the destination, and life's changes offer valuable lessons in detachment. The number 6 signifies a karmic energy of nurturing and service. It reflects compassion and selflessness, resonating with Buddhist teachings on karuna, compassion. Those with this energy may feel a natural inclination to care for others, possibly due to past lives dedicated to helping and healing. A person marked by 6 is often drawn to roles that allow them to provide for others, reflecting the story of Jataka tales where the Buddha, in his past lives, sacrificed himself to save others. For these individuals, life's purpose lies in compassionate service, understanding that true happiness is found in easing the suffering of others. The number 7 embodies introspection and spiritual insight. This number resonates deeply with the Buddhist emphasis on meditation and self-awareness. People carrying the energy of 7 often feel a strong pull towards spirituality, likely having spent past lives as meditators or spiritual seekers. The karmic path of 7 aligns with the Buddhist practice of vipassana, insight meditation, encouraging deep reflection and understanding of the mind. A person influenced by May 7 find themselves on a lifelong quest for truth, much like the Buddha's own journey. For these individuals, life is an inward journey of discovering the self. The number 8 represents power, responsibility, and the karmic law of cause and effect. In Buddhist numerology, 8 is a reminder of karma's justice, emphasizing the importance of conscious actions. Those with this energy are often drawn to roles of authority or situations where they must make significant choices. This karmic path echoes the Buddhist teaching of karma vipaka, the fruition of actions, urging individuals to act with integrity. An example is the story of Dharmaraja, the righteous king who ruled with justice, understanding the weight of his responsibilities. For those with a karmic 8, life is a lesson in ethical choices and accountability. Finally, the number 9 symbolizes completion, compassion, and universal love. This number reflects a karmic path of selfless love, aligning with the Bodhisattva vow to assist all sentient beings in achieving liberation. Individuals with the energy of May 9 feel a sense of duty toward humanity, much like the Bodhisattvas who delay their own enlightenment to help others. This karmic imprint encourages acts of kindness and an open heart, reminding one of the interconnectedness of all beings. Each number's energy offers unique lessons for self-awareness and personal growth. By reflecting on the karmic imprints suggested by our birth numbers, we gain insight into our strengths and challenges, allowing us to integrate these lessons into daily life. This practice is not about predicting destiny but cultivating an understanding that guides us on a path of greater compassion, wisdom, and liberation. Embracing these karmic energies helps us move mindfully through the world, conscious of our purpose and our impact on others. In Buddhism, reincarnation is a journey through countless lives, each carrying with it karmic seeds sown from past actions. Every rebirth, whether as human, animal, or other form, presents a unique chance to confront the karma we have accumulated and perhaps to lessen its hold. The idea is not to view life's trials as random hardships, but as purposeful lessons tied to the continuity of our spirit. According to Buddhist belief, when we repeatedly encounter certain themes or challenges, it may be the universe's way of nudging us to confront unresolved karma. This notion is deeply comforting yet equally profound, for it suggests that everything from our fears to our dreams may have origins reaching far beyond our current lifetime. Consider a young woman named Lila who harbors an unexplainable fear of abandonment. Since childhood, she has struggled with intense separation anxiety, even though her present family has always provided a secure and loving environment. As she grows older, she notices a pattern. No matter how harmonious her relationships seem, she repeatedly attracts partners who eventually distance themselves. Heartbroken and confused, she embarks on a journey of self-discovery, seeking answers beyond psychology and exploring Buddhist teachings. Through meditative practices, Lila begins to catch glimpses of what feels like fragmented memories, and with guidance from a teacher, she uncovers a story of a past life. She once lived as a monk who, despite a deep yearning for human connection, chose a solitary life to pursue enlightenment. However, even in the monastery, he remained plagued by loneliness, feeling he was missing something vital. Upon realizing that this monk's unresolved isolation might explain her own fear of abandonment, Lila gains new insight. She starts working on her current relationships with more compassion, understanding that her path involves releasing past life anxieties and finding peace in genuine connection. This story reflects the Buddhist idea that unresolved emotions and fears can ripple across lifetimes, calling us to recognize them as opportunities for healing and transformation. Reincarnation stories abound in Buddhist literature, often illustrating the power of karmic cycles to shape human behavior. In the Jataka tales, the Buddha, in various past incarnations, repeatedly encounters similar situations where he learns valuable lessons about virtues such as patience, compassion, and generosity. In one tale, he is reborn as a hare who, moved by compassion, offers his body as food to a hungry traveler, only to discover that the traveler is a god testing his compassion. This act of selflessness in a past life is believed to have been a foundational step toward the Buddha's ultimate enlightenment. Each life, whether as a human or animal, served as a stage for the Buddha to perfect qualities essential for spiritual awakening. These stories remind us that, in our own lives, familiar struggles and repeated themes may be karmic lessons that our souls have not yet mastered. The notion of recurring life lessons is particularly potent in Buddhism, encouraging self-reflection and self-awareness. If we view our lives through this lens, our present challenges can feel less like punishments and more like meaningful aspects of our spiritual journey. Consider, for instance, someone who repeatedly faces financial struggles despite making efforts to save and budget. According to Buddhist beliefs, This might not be mere misfortune, but an echo from a past life where they may have been wealthy yet ungrateful, neglecting the importance of generosity and humility. In this lifetime, they may find themselves in positions where they must cultivate resilience and appreciation for what they have. If such a person embraces this recurring challenge as an opportunity to practice contentment and generosity, they can move closer to resolving this karmic pattern. This perspective invites profound questions. What if our current ambitions stem from dreams we could not fulfill in past lives? Or if our deepest fears are echoes of past traumas that we now have the chance to heal? For instance, many people feel an unexplainable aversion to certain places, people, or even specific situations. A man who is deeply afraid of water may discover, through meditation or karmic readings, that he once lived as a sailor who lost his life at sea. Realizing this, he might take steps to confront this fear in safe, small ways, viewing it not merely as an irrational fear, but as a karmic thread woven through his soul's journey. This concept also applies to natural talents and callings. The life of Milarepa, a revered Tibetan yogi and poet, is an inspiring example of karmic transformation. In his youth, Milarepa was known for his dark arts, using his powers to wreak havoc on those who wronged him. However, haunted by guilt and seeking redemption, he later pursued Buddhist teachings with relentless dedication. Through years of penance and meditation, he transformed his karmic burden into spiritual mastery, becoming one of the most celebrated figures in Tibetan Buddhism. His life reflects the idea that no matter how heavy our karma may seem, we have the power to transform it through conscious choices in this lifetime. Stories of reincarnation often encourage practitioners to meditate on their own patterns and habits. The aim is not merely curiosity about who we were, but to use these reflections to foster growth. In Buddhist practice, meditation is a tool for self-discovery, allowing individuals to access deep-seated memories or sensations tied to past lives. This practice encourages an understanding that the burdens and blessings of our current life are neither coincidences nor fate, but rather points on a continuum of growth. For those facing recurring challenges, such as feelings of betrayal, financial difficulties, or unfulfilled love, Buddhism offers the perspective that these are karmic invitations, asking us to learn, forgive, and ultimately to transcend. The essence of Buddhist teachings on reincarnation and karma is not to assign blame, but to cultivate responsibility and self-awareness. We are encouraged to recognize that we are the architects of our own experiences, not through rigid determinism, but through the conscious choices we make each day. When we learn to view our challenges and strengths as karmic residues from past lives, we can better understand our own tendencies and redirect them toward positive transformation. In this light, karma is not a chain that binds us to suffering but a path leading to liberation. The process of unraveling these karmic threads brings us closer to inner peace and allows us to tread the spiritual path with purpose and wisdom. As we delve into karmic numerology, it's vital to recognize that each karmic imprint, represented here by the final digit of our birth year, comes with specific lessons and, equally important, specific challenges. According to Buddhist thought, these challenges are not meant to be obstacles, but pathways for spiritual growth. Each number, from 0 to 9, invites us to cultivate qualities like courage, patience, humility, and compassion in various aspects of our lives, particularly in relationships, careers, and personal development. The karmic journey is not simply about understanding the traits we carry from past lives, but about actively transforming the qualities that limit us and nurturing those that can set us free. Take, for instance, the number 5, often associated with a strong desire for freedom, independence, and adventure. People with this karmic imprint may find themselves seeking liberation from conventional paths, both in their careers and personal lives. Yet, this pursuit can sometimes manifest as restlessness, a sense of dissatisfaction, or a tendency to avoid deep commitments. A person driven by 5 energy may spend years jumping from one job to another, feeling stifled in routine roles yet never fully finding peace. In relationships, this energy might show up as an aversion to being tied down, leading to a pattern of commitment and withdrawal. One story from Buddhist folklore provides an insightful parallel. It tells of a monk named Dharmapala who, despite his monastic vows, felt constrained by the rules and routines of the monastery. His deep longing for freedom led him to spend years wandering alone, seeking solitude in forests and mountains. However, as time passed, he began to feel isolated and unfulfilled, realizing that freedom in the external world did not bring the inner peace he sought. It was only when he returned to the monastery and committed himself to disciplined meditation that he finally experienced true liberation. This tale illustrates how those with karmic challenges related to freedom may need to cultivate inner freedom, the peace that comes from within, rather than from external conditions. For someone with the number 5 as their karmic path, the challenge lies in balancing independence with depth, learning that freedom is not an escape but a state of mind that can coexist with commitment and stability. The number 7 is another powerful karmic imprint, often symbolizing introspection, wisdom, and spiritual curiosity. Individuals with this karmic number may feel drawn to deeper philosophical or spiritual questions and often find meaning in quiet contemplation. However, the shadow side of 7 energy can sometimes be isolation, skepticism, or a reluctance to trust others. Imagine a person with this karmic pattern who, due to their introspective nature, struggles to form close bonds or share their inner world with others. They may question the sincerity of those around them, feeling that most people do not understand the depth of their thoughts and beliefs. Over time, this could lead to a pattern of loneliness, despite their yearning for genuine connection. A related Buddhist story tells of a wise, reclusive monk named Sumedha, who spent decades in the mountains, meditating in solitude. When he finally returned to society, he found himself unable to connect with others, feeling that his insights were too esoteric for ordinary people. His enlightenment journey took a pivotal turn when he met a humble villager who, despite lacking formal spiritual training, displayed profound compassion and simplicity. Through their interactions, Sumedha realized that wisdom is not only in knowledge or meditation, but also in the ability to connect with others and serve them with an open heart. For those influenced by the karmic energy of 7, this story emphasizes that spiritual wisdom is not only gained through introspection, but also through compassionate engagement with the world. The number 1, often symbolizing leadership, courage, and individuality, carries with it the karmic lesson of balancing self-confidence with humility. A person under the influence of 1 energy may naturally gravitate toward leadership roles and often feels an internal drive to initiate projects or take charge. Yet, this karmic pattern may also present challenges, such as a tendency toward arrogance and intolerance for others' opinions, or a difficulty in accepting guidance. Such individuals may encounter repeated scenarios where they must choose between asserting their will or humbly stepping back. In Buddhism, the story of the Bodhisattva Maitreya offers a fitting analogy. Maitreya, the Buddha of the future, was initially known for his great wisdom and confidence. However, in one particular lifetime, he faced numerous situations where he had to step back and allow others to lead. In doing so, he learned to temper his natural strength with humility, understanding that true leadership often means letting others shine. This lesson teaches those with 1. Energy that courage and leadership are strongest when balanced with compassion and respect for others' paths. For those looking to work through their karmic lessons, there are several tools rooted in Buddhist practice that can foster growth and understanding. Meditation, particularly mindfulness and metta, loving-kindness practices, can bring awareness to repetitive patterns and underlying tendencies. Mindfulness allows us to observe our reactions and behaviors without judgment, helping us see recurring challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. For example, someone with a karmic energy of 3, often tied to creativity and expression, may find themselves frustrated by situations where their voice isn't heard or their talents go unrecognized. Through meditation, they might recognize this as a karmic lesson to find validation within themselves, rather than seeking it externally. Journaling can also be a powerful tool for reflecting on karmic patterns. By writing about recurring themes, challenges, and relationships, individuals can trace the roots of their experiences, identifying possible karmic imprints. For instance, someone guided by the karmic energy of 8, associated with power and material success, might repeatedly face financial struggles or difficult power dynamics. In their journal, they might explore questions such as, how do I approach power and success? Am I using my resources for good, or do I seek control? This type of introspection aligns with the Buddhist teaching that true wealth lies not in material accumulation, but in generosity and service. Self-inquiry techniques like asking, "Who am I?" or "What is my purpose?" can also help reveal karmic tendencies. This introspective practice encourages individuals to look beyond surface-level desires and understand their deeper motivations. Someone with a karmic 6 energy, often associated with service and nurturing, might repeatedly find themselves in caregiving roles, but feel unappreciated or burdened. Through self-inquiry, they might realize that their desire to care for others is genuine, but often comes with an expectation of recognition. Recognizing this, they can work toward offering care as an act of love without attaching their self-worth to others' responses. Ultimately, the purpose of understanding and working through karmic challenges is to grow beyond the limits of our past lives and habits. Buddhist teachings encourage us to view our karmic patterns with compassion, neither clinging to them as identities nor pushing them away as flaws. Instead, we are invited to observe these tendencies with curiosity and acceptance, seeing them as part of the intricate tapestry of our spiritual journey. With patience, awareness, and a willingness to learn, each karmic lesson can bring us closer to our true nature, a nature that transcends the constraints of our past and present lives, moving ever closer to enlightenment. As we reach the conclusion of this exploration, it's essential to reflect on the powerful transformation that understanding our karmic patterns can bring. By delving into the teachings of Buddhist numerology and recognizing the ways in which our past lives may have shaped our current journey, we gain valuable insight into our personal strengths, challenges, and purpose. This process of self-discovery, rooted in ancient Buddhist wisdom, provides us with a profound framework for living with intention and authenticity. Each karmic imprint, represented by the last digit of our birth year, holds a unique lesson and opportunity for growth, illuminating paths that may have seemed hidden or unclear. In Buddhist teachings, life is often viewed as a precious opportunity for self-transformation. Just as the Buddha sought enlightenment by understanding and transcending his karmic patterns, each of us has the potential to embrace our karmic imprints and evolve beyond them. By recognizing that our challenges are not arbitrary, but rather part of our spiritual path, we begin to see difficulties as teachers and sources of wisdom. The karmic patterns we inherit are not meant to bind us. Instead, they offer guidance, illuminating aspects of ourselves that require attention, healing, and transformation. In this way, we shift from being passive recipients of our fate to active participants in our spiritual growth. Consider, for instance, the well-known Buddhist parable of Angulimala, a feared bandit who wore a necklace of fingers as a symbol of his violent actions. According to the story, Angulimala was trapped in a karmic cycle of violence and revenge, believing he was destined to follow this dark path. However, when he encountered the Buddha, something profound shifted within him. The Buddha's compassion and wisdom illuminated a new path, showing Angulimala that he could choose to break free from his karmic imprint of violence and instead pursue a life of peace and repentance. By embracing this transformation, Angulimala changed not only his life, but also his karma, becoming a respected monk who ultimately found liberation from his past. This story highlights that even the most entrenched karmic patterns can be transcended through understanding, mindfulness, and compassion. As we reflect on our own karmic imprints, we are reminded that each pattern, whether one of freedom, introspection, leadership, or any other quality, is a step towards self-realization. The karmic challenges we face are not merely hurdles, but opportunities to cultivate qualities that align us more closely with our true nature. For instance, someone whose birth year ends in 9 may struggle with themes of closure and letting go. In Buddhist thought, such a person may have a karmic imprint that urges them to release attachments, whether to people, places, or past situations. By acknowledging this challenge, they might find freedom through practices like mindfulness and non-attachment, ultimately cultivating a sense of peace and liberation. Another example is the karmic imprint associated with the number 2, often connected to partnership, compassion, and diplomacy. Those with this karmic influence may frequently encounter relationship-based challenges, requiring them to develop empathy, understanding, and forgiveness. A story from Buddhist lore that aligns with this theme is the tale of Prince Siddhartha and his journey before becoming the Buddha. Siddhartha's relationships, his love for his family, and his compassion for those he encountered served as catalysts for his journey. He realized that his compassion must extend not only to those he loved but to all beings. For someone influenced by the karmic energy of 2, this story illustrates how true compassion involves recognizing interconnectedness and serving others selflessly. The process of self-discovery through karmic numerology is ultimately about cultivating greater awareness of who we are and what we can become. By recognizing our karmic patterns, we begin to see life not as a series of random events, but as an intricately woven tapestry of purpose and potential. Each of us carries within us the seeds of enlightenment, And through mindful living, we can nurture these seeds into qualities that uplift us and those around us. In closing, I invite you to ponder what your birth year's final digit might reveal about your own karmic journey. Reflect on the themes, strengths, and challenges that seem to recur in your life, and consider how they. By understanding the wisdom embedded in the last digit of your birth year, you've taken a powerful step toward uncovering your soul's journey. These revelations connect us not only to who we were, but to the purpose of our current life and the lessons we're meant to learn. As you reflect on the insights revealed in today's exploration, consider how this knowledge can guide you in breaking free from limiting patterns, aligning with your true self, and finding deeper meaning in every step you take. Let these ancient teachings be your compass, leading you to a life filled with purpose, harmony, and self-understanding. Remember, your journey isn't just about where you've been. It's about the incredible potential of where you're going.